Sasha Petraske, who passed away today, was, I mean, we wouldn't be able to work here. We couldn't do the job that we do presently without him taking the chance of starting Milk and Honey and having that highest standards, and you know, having an idea for just doing something different and doing it in the right way. There had been great bars before, but there weren't bars like Tough Luck Club and Scott and Company, really popular and populated. And he really made it like so a bartender could, you know, it showed us all that we could start our own bars and have our own visions, and you know. Like, a friend of mine put it on social media that he was our Elvis. Like, he was the guy that, like, you know, did it first and did it the best and was the king. So, yeah, it's a really big loss in the cocktail career.
Yeah, Sasha was the type of guy that he could walk as much of the talk as he could talk. So, we talked to him, like, that's a very good way to put that. He is a lot like our Elvis. He was somebody who wasn't the absolute first and he wasn't the absolute best, but he was better than everybody else. He thought of it at the right time, which is 16 years ago. Find a 16-year-old, tell him that he was making old fashions before they even could conceptualize it. And that's in the modern age. We're not talking about the 1800s that we're so obsessed with. Sasha started bars like we know it. He's the reason Scott & Co. became as rowdy as it was. He's the reason TLC exists. He's the reason we make cocktails the way that we do. He's the reason that we know that we can make cocktails and not have it rule everything that we are. We can make cocktails, serve it to you in the way that we feel comfortable, in the bar that we're happy with, dressed the way that we want to be. He was the patron saint of cocktails. He was the one who was evangelical about it without being annoying. He was passionate, but he wasn't too much. And we love him dearly, and we're going to put some cola on. Oh yeah, so this drink, for you, I made a gin and it. This is a cocktail that Sasha really loved for a number of reasons. One of them was that it's a historic cocktail that a lot of people overlook. We all know the martini, we all know the Manhattan. Nobody knows what an Italian vermouth with a gin is called. It's called a gin and it. That's what this drink is. It's Sasha through and through. It's defiant, but it's traditional. It's understood and calculated, but it's loud in flavor. It's impactful. It uses gin. It uses Old Tom gin. So it's using a gin that, I mean, in 1999 that nobody knew or cared about. And this was a guy who was willing to not only make that, but put his entire future, which unfortunately was too short, on the line to make these cocktails for people. So when you come in and sit at the bar tonight, the first thing I'm going to want to serve everybody is that cocktail. Because this is the cocktail that taught me how to serve people cocktails.
So, one last memory of, like, I've met Sasha a number of times, but, you know, I don't think he would remember me, but I think the thing that I want to take away and really remember about his life is a night right before Tales of the Cocktail in 2011, where myself, Kieran Weiss, and Connor Mansager all stumbled literally into Milk and Honey, and I broke basically every rule that they had, unintentionally, and was told with incredible grace and guile that, like, you know, we really, really like you guys. You seem to know what you're doing. We love your enthusiasm, but please stop talking on your cell phone. And we had the best seats in the house, and the staff put on a show, and it was really eye-opening, because at that time I thought I knew everything, but I literally knew nothing. And to see that it's poised and packed and just really the craft around me was it was really eye-opening. I'll never forget that exact experience at Milk and Honey.
Yeah, and I mean, Sasha was my ambassador the first time I landed in New York. Karl won a contest in, was that 2010, 2011?
2012, actually.
2012. So Karl won a Campari contest to go to New York for MCC, which is a cocktail convention that they do in Manhattan. That's what those letters stand for. Well, the last one's actually classic. But I met Sasha on a rooftop party, an illegal rooftop party, the very first time I met the Bon Vivants, who are two very prolific gentlemen from San Francisco. They have a bar called Trick Dog. This isn't about them, but they're amazing too. I actually met Sasha through them. Everybody was up there, and Josh, one of those gentlemen, came over to me and said, hey, this guy over here really likes your bar in Tucson and he wants to talk to you. Obviously, yeah, right. I go over there, lo and behold, Sasha had 1,000 really kind things to say about myself, Karl, Connor, Kieran, all the hard work we had done. And that meant the world to all of us, still does. And you cannot underestimate how much he's affected every drink you've ever had, without question.